Criteriums is kind of a funny word. A lot of people haven't heard that word before. A criterium race is a circuit race. It's a mass start circuit race on a closed course that's usually under 1 mile in length. Instead of racing a certain distance, the entire group will race for a certain amount of time, usually an hour plus 5 laps. This is a format of racing where people are trying to outrace each other, and they're packed in. There's oftentimes a lot of crashes. It really is the most exciting type of road racing to watch.
Most people that enter a stage race their goal is to just finish, because there are time cuts. And so if you don't do well in the crit, then you may not race the next day.
In a criterium that's part of a stage race, team tactics become a very crucial part of that race and how that race unfolds. Your goal, first and foremost, is to protect your GC guy. Generally, that team isn't going to try to lower your GC rider's time in a criterium. The goal is to get the lowest time possible relative to his GC contenders. Make sure he doesn't crash, make sure they finish with the lowest time possible without him burning too many matches. Road racing is a team sport. The criterium is a team sport.
Pulling means that they're out front of their group and everybody's on their wheel. And so they're taking turns doing laps and going as fast as they can. And then the rider that they want to win on their team is just sitting in the back, spinning but not working very hard. You don't really have to do that much when everybody around you is pedaling as fast as they can, and you're just there just hanging onto a wheel, but you're not really using much energy at all.
For teams to establish a breakaway of riders, 5 riders, 10 riders, 15 riders, is a much easier way to control the race. You can get your key riders in a break. The rest of the team can control the field, keep them away from those riders. It becomes a much easier way to manage the clock for those individual riders and to mitigate the chances of crashing.
Winning the criterium is definitely not a make or break situation for the overall.
Very rarely will you have a GC guy, the leader or the leaders of the overall general classification are going to say, hey, this criterium is a win for me. And it's an awesome opportunity for the GC rider, who really can't win without a strong team, to give back to his team. Here's a chance where it can be his day to shine. It can be his time to shine, because he is our crit guy. He is the guy who makes sure that I'm safe and can literally live to race the next day in good fashion in terms of health and my overall time. He's a crit specialist. Let's let him get the win, get the glory.
What I love about it is that it brings everybody out of the woodwork. People that have no interest in bike racing or have no idea, they don't know anything about bike racing, but they have to come down to the criterium, so that's what's really neat. I mean, that's what defines the race, is the crit, for sure.
Criterium racing, to me, and I would say most people would probably agree, is the most exciting type of race when you're talking about consuming a race as a viewer in person. For me, criterium racing is the essence of racing a bike. The excitement and just the whole situation of racing in front of 15,000 screaming fans against 100 other cyclists that are literally inches apart going 30 miles an hour, that's racing. That is racing a bike, and it takes a beautiful blend of fitness and technical prowess and guts and sweat to be successful at it, and it's exciting as a racer, and it is very exciting as a spectator.